It's Friday morning, we're at Solid. This is a bracket, it's unfinished, it's obviously got to be smoothed out and rounded, but it's just the basic blank at the moment. And what this is for the steering dampener, because on the late model frame, it's got a tab that hangs out here for the steering dampener to come off. So what we've done is we've replicated the dimensions there and got the distance right, and Johnny's designed this one up and just chuck it on. Mounts off here and then like that. This is the steering head stem that came out of the current model one. Now it's obviously too long for the early model bike because it would sit that far out, because the frame's quite a bit taller here in the late model one. Because the top's quite similar, we're going to actually replicate the top of that so the old one looks the same as the new one, or as close as we can get it. It's not a necessity, but you know, it'll be cool nonetheless. Okay, as you can tell, I've grown a bit of hair, so it's been a few days since I've been in the workshop. The project is progressing, and as you can tell, we've got the new swing arm in the old frame. It all works nicely. We've taken the spring off the shocks just so that we can check the actuation, make sure everything clears. This is a 3D print. The 3D printer had a bit of a hiccup, so it's not perfect, but we've got that sitting in there now. We're actually machining the proper billet one today. A few other bits and pieces on the go. We've got this, which is the mirror of the base out of the new fuel tank, which we'll be drilling the holes in so that the fuel pump, which I'll get and show you. So this is the fuel pump out of the new tank. Will sit in the old tank and be welded all in, so it works exactly the same way. And that's steel. This is just the start of, we've made a base plate to suit the new Speedo. Got that all wrapped up so it doesn't scratch the damage, but a base plate for the new Speedo, which we're working out exactly the correct placement so that it all works. But so we'll have the old fairing stay. This is a brand new one from Yamaha, but the old fairing stay with the new Speedo mounted in it. This is the billet bracket we made the other day, which is for the steering dampener. So basically that mounts off this nice solid part of the frame, allows the steering dampener to be mounted in the exact same position it came off the new frame. And on the new frame, it's part of the frame, so we've had to make this so that it mirrors that. But what we've done is we've actually cut this fairing stay and made that all part of that. Cam's welded that all on there nicely, so it's all nice and strong. We've added an extra bolt just for a bit of extra strength. Probably didn't need it, but that's there too, because there's a nice meaty part of the frame there. The other main thing we're doing is the machining of the suspension link. Designed that all up the other day, did the 3D print, and that's all looking pretty good. But we're just starting to set this up, which will be basically a fab bench, but also a jig bench, so that we can actually jig up the frame, get it all in place, and then once it all gets welded, it'll be held together nicely. So plenty to do, lots on the go. Oh, just looking at, I'm trying not to force it too much, like I'm just, because it's kind of sitting where it needs to. It's probably not straight, but it's obviously like, it's got nothing to sort of rest on, but it's actually got room around there, around here. Yeah, so the front of the motor fits in the frame, and where the side stand mounts is too far forward on the late model one, it mounts back here. And we knew that was going to be a problem, so we're just going to have to make a brand new side stand mount that'll go up on here like a billet one. Yeah. With the engine installation well underway, I headed to Coast Power Sports to see the boss, Mark Flynn, to borrow a sample seat from his 1998 R1. From there I went to see motorcycle seat trimmer Tony Smith from Southland Trim to find a material that would come as close as possible to the original red. Yes, the bike is going back to the original red and white colour scheme. As Mark's seat wasn't brand new and is 20 years old, the colour wasn't easy to match. Yet, once we removed the strap and found a few clean spots, we grabbed the sample book and found the ideal replacement. I left Tony to order the material, and when I returned to the workshop, went on a hunt for a new pillion seat as the bike didn't come with one. Isle of Man TT racer Davo Johnson dropped by for a look at the progress, and I headed back to Race Bike Services to unbox some of the new parts that had arrived. Awesome. Oh, it looks like we're taking a trip to Locksmith. That's the old one, which is all broken and stuff. And that's a brand new one. So, but what I want to do though is the rear seat key out of the new one. So what I'm going to do is take this to the locksmith, because the keys are very similar in design. I'm hoping that the locksmith's going to say yes, because I want to change this so that this key opens the old seat, so that we're just running one key. Because there'll be one key, not having to run two, which is annoying. So, but yeah, good locksmith should know what he's doing. So yeah, worth a shot. Once the seat arrived, I returned to Southland Trim, and Tony set to work recreating a perfect pair of red seats to match the original red and white colour scheme.